My name's Steve Deppa, and I'm here today with Shane Romain. And Shane is the Park Service Coordinator for Bidwell Park, and he handles a lot of volunteer services. And he's also the guy that's in charge of the plan for keeping Bidwell Park fire safe. And one of the issues we have right now is there is a plan, but right now, as I understand it, we just don't have the money to put the plan into effect. Is that correct?
There is a vegetation management plan that we're working on. There's a grant that we've just submitted to get that plan formalized. And we do have our master management plan that outlines a lot of our vegetation management practices in the park.
Well, good. And one of the things I think a lot of people in Chico have noticed, and I think it's kind of fun almost in some ways for some people, is we've seen goats in the park. And do you plan to bring the goats back?
We do. We're hoping to bring the goats back sometime this spring. They're back home having their kids right now.
Okay.
And the weather's a little bit cold, but in a short amount of time, we had them for almost 2 months, and they did close to 40 acres in the park, and it was an incredible amount of vegetation and fire fuels reduction that they accomplished for us.
So 40 acres out of, what do we have, 3,000 in Bidwell Park, is it? Or
3,680.
So we need those goats in here for a bit longer than that.
Yes,
Okay,
for sure.
so our goal would be maybe we bring back the goats. And you were saying earlier the goats are about $500 an acre.
About that. Prices may vary on different parts of the park depending on accessibility. Part of bringing them back in the spring will be putting that goats out to bid. So we will get numbers from a few different companies.
Good.
So 500 an acre is a good approximation.
So if we were going to do something and have people help out, they could actually maybe sponsor a goat, sponsor an acre, sponsor some way of having more funds available to keep them here longer and maybe multiple herds.
Absolutely. That would be fantastic.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
And so what are some of the other things that you'd like to do once the goats go through in terms of maybe some of the other growth that the goats can't reach or can't deal with?
So there are some areas of the park to where the Himalayan blackberry, it's a invasive species that it's too thick for the goats to get into. Where we're standing here now is a good example. This area was all very dense with Himalayan blackberry. We had some oak trees that fell down in a storm a couple years ago. The blackberry just grew right over them and created shelters that there was illegal encampment activity in there and people were starting fires. There was the danger of those trees coming down further and on top of people possibly. So we actually came through here with hand crews. We partnered with the Alliance for Workforce Development. Some folks came in to clear the berry, and then the Cal Fire, their Salt Creek crew, they cut up the bigger rounds of wood. So we were able to reduce a lot of the hazards that were in this area. So there's going to be parts of the park where we're going to have to work with some of our partners, like the California Conservation Corps or Cal Fire, and bring in some other crews to help us out.
So what I hear you saying is there is a plan, and there are some very reasonable ways and costs to deal with that plan in terms of the Salt Creek crews, in terms of the not CDF, but the Cal Fire crews, that and even some work crews from the county, that if we could manage those crews, maybe we could get them in here, and in short order, by the time fire season hits, we'll be able to make Bidwell Park even safer than it is at this point.
Absolutely.
We want to make sure that we're getting ahead of this so that whether it's a unfortunate situation, whether like Santa Rosa fire or the Carr fire or the Camp Fire just recently up in Paradise, and we certainly don't want to take anything away from the suffering that these people have had in this situation. Yet at the same point in time, we're looking at Chico and we're looking at Bidwell Park, and we're saying an ounce of prevention is maybe not just a pound of cure, but a ton of cure.
It is.
So for every dollar that we spend preventing an occurrence, probably is worth thousands of dollars of trying to fight a fire if it was to occur.
And that's conservative.
I would think.
I mean, it's hundreds of thousands. I mean, just in the small fires that we've had in the park, the Stony Fire last year up near Peregrine Point, that was expensive to fight that fire. And we got very lucky on that one.
Well, as I remember, that was about 1,000 acres. That was
Yes.
right up behind my house. I was evacuated due to that fire. I was evacuated twice this year due to fire. And luckily, it was contained. But I think this, as any good citizen and any good staff person with the city of Chico, would welcome the opportunity and the ability to help keep Bidwell Park safe.
Absolutely.
Safe, strong, prepared.
I like it.
Shane, I can't thank you enough for being here today with us. It's really something I look forward to helping, and I know we're going to be talking more, or we're going to be talking with your other partners in the park, the other volunteer groups, the other people that are actually here making a difference, and hopefully we can pull together and make this difference for even more folks and give people an opportunity to either take part maybe in one of your programs, contribute financially to one of the programs, or contribute to, the Bidwell Park Safe, Strong, and Prepared program. If you have any questions or you'd like to find out how you can help make Bidwell Park safe, strong, and prepared, please follow us on Facebook, like our page, share it with your friends, and maybe you too could adopt a goat or take part in some other program that brings more fire safety to Bidwell Park. Once again, Bidwell Park safe, strong, and prepared. Thank you.